Welcome back. So let us discuss other news of the day that's come out since the news of the day that I produced this morning. Michael Amadio has been traded to the Ottawa Senators. The Kings get back Christian Wolanin. This just makes sense. Both players have been waived with the acquisition of Lemieux and them already having waived Amadio. He's not going to get ice time in LA. Amadio, the talent's there. He just hasn't had the breaks. We'll see whether or not that changes in Ottawa. Good luck to him. And for Christian Wolanin, he gets a chance in LA to play the role as a depth defenseman. And both players are still young enough. It'll be interesting to see how this turns out down the road. It's been confirmed by the Florida Panthers that Aaron Ekblad's out for 12 weeks. Surgery for a leg fracture, left leg. He's done for the season. So that will very likely change what the Florida Panthers were going to do at the deadline. I figured they'd probably be adding some depth here and there, probably not a lot. This may very well change things and may be looking for a top four defenseman, because it feels like Florida's on the verge of doing something special, and it would be a shame if Ekblad was out and if that submarined their season. So keep an eye on how that's going to go from here. Stan Bowman. So apparently it's been decided, Frank Saravelli's reporting, Stan Bowman will be the general manager for Team USA at the Olympics in 2022. And Bill Guerin of the Minnesota Wild, among others, will be aiding him in putting this team together and figuring the whole thing out. So, again, the NHL hasn't officially announced the plans of how it's going to work with players going to the 2022 Olympics, but that's Canada and the States now that have both announced, hey, here's our GMs to put things together. So it's likely going to happen. I'll say like 90% chance. There's always that small chance that the NHL or the Olympics or somebody gets in the middle and it doesn't work out, but it looks like it's going to happen. So that announcement's supposed to happen on Wednesday, and I'll have no problem going through what those rosters might look like as we get closer to that date. Good news for Montreal fans. Kotkaniemi is off the protocol list. Armia's still on there. I'm guessing Armia's the one that tested positive. Word out of Bergevin was that one player had tested positive. I'm guessing it's Armia, although it's possible that Kotkaniemi did, and now he's okay. But again, that means there's only one player on that list for Montreal. And of course, the Cole Caulfield discussion has really taken over for Montreal as well this year. And with Armia out, it might be a good chance to get Caulfield in there. I know he's playing in the AHL to start. He's not going to stay in the AHL. That's crazy talk. They didn't sign him now to burn a year of that contract so he can play in Laval. That's not what they did. They want to get him in the lineup, and I think they'll do it as soon as they're sure that he's ready. So yeah, maybe he gets a couple games in Laval, and then he'll end up with the Montreal Canadiens, and we'll see how things go for him. So Jack Campbell debates about whether or not he's 100% with Toronto. He's not dressed for tonight's game. The backup is Wolanin for the Leafs behind Hutchinson, and Campbell's scheduled to start on Wednesday. So it sounds like Campbell's just getting a full night off, which, yep, it's probably some nagging aches and pains he's having. And it may very well be like Anderson, where Anderson had some aches and pains, and the Leafs are like, okay, we'll make sure that you're not, overplayed, but we need you. So we'll do our best to help you get through this. So yeah, we'll see if Campbell's in the net on Wednesday, or if something changes between now and then. And for tonight's game, Dominic Cahoon, we all talked about what a win that was for Edmonton, and picking up Kyle Turris, that was a huge win, and it looked like all these offseason moves would be great. Puljujarvi's been solid in his return to the Oilers, but Cahoon has been a non-entity for the Oilers. So he kind of bet on himself, and there was a belief that maybe him and Draisaitl would put something together at the NHL level, and it just hasn't happened. So Cahoon, who had no points in the last 3 games he'd played, healthy scratch tonight along with Chason too. So the Oilers likely are working the phones a little bit. Maybe his name comes up, but we'll see what they do. So we have 2 weeks until the trade deadline. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below regarding any of these articles of today. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.